Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's challenging level puzzle, and it's called Annie by Ratfinks. And here are the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, which means fill the grid with the digits 1 through 9 without repeats in any row, column, or box. Digits along a beige hit line do not repeat, so you can't have repeats along this beige line. The number on a blue circle or a two-digit pill reading from left to right points to the first cell, position 1, along a hit line, and indicates the total of any digits that equal their position number along that hit line. E.g., for example, on a 4-cell hit line, which we do not have an example of, let's just say this was a 4-digit hit line. We're just gonna add, we're gonna add an extra, actually, let's just go this way. This is a 4-digit hit line. Let's say this was a 4-digit hit line with this as a start. If the sequence of digits reads 1, 6, 9, and 4, starting from the cell being pointed at, so say this was the actual pointed one instead of this one, then the blue total would be 5, the sum of 1 and 4, because 1 is in the first position and 4 is in the fourth position. And these are the only digits which match their position numbers. So that's how that's an example of how hit lines work. So wherever a digit matches its position number on a line, starting from where the blue arrow points to, it counts as a sum toward the hit line sum. Anyways, those are all the rules of the puzzle. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, I have no clue how to attack this. I did play, I think it was Ratfinks had a collaboration, with Marty. And it was very interesting, actually. So that's why I'm trying this puzzle. What do we know about these? Okay, so this can only be 6 at most, right? Because you can only match 3 digits at most. It does have to match one of them at least. But it can't... Okay, so if it matches only 1, it cannot match 1 or 2. Because then they would also be in the same box. So it would have to match 3. So then this would be 3 in that instance, and then this would be 3. If it matches 2 of them, if this is 1 and 2, this could be 3. If this is 1 and 3, it could be 4. Or if it's 2 and 3, that could be 5. That's possible. If it matches all 3, that's 1, 2, and 3, it would have to be 6. Okay. Interesting. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Interesting. So this digit cannot match any of the cells on the line. It has to be either here or here. That's interesting. So this cell has to be one of these 2 cells. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's interesting. That means this digit cannot match any cell on the beige line and cannot be here. So it has to match there. That's interesting. Which means it must be one of these 3 cells here. That's interesting. Hmm. What does that imply? I'm not sure. Okay. What else can these be? Can this ever be 20 something as a sum? I don't think so, right? If this is 20 something, that means this can never be 2. So you could match 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6, which is 19 at most. So this can never be 20 something. This then has to be a 1, which means this does not match. So 1 cannot be here. Um, what could it be? It could be even 2, 3, and it can't be 11. It could be 3, 4, 5 adding up to 12. That's possible. So 12 is possible. It could be 3, 4, 6 adding up to 13, which is possible. 3, 5, 6 does add up to 14. And 4, 5, 6 works because it doesn't see, it's not in the same row as, or box as this digit. So this could be 15. 16, 17, 18. It cannot be 19 though, right? If it's 19, hmm. If it's 19, that would require it to have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 match, and 1 does not match already. 18 could be 3, 4, 5, 6. That works. 17 could be 2, 4, 5, 6. 16 could be 2, 3, 5, 6. Yeah, that works. Hmm. I'm not sure what this orange being there has to be. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in length. So this is a 1 or 2, right? Because you can only match up to 7. So you cannot match one of these two then. That's the thing. So that can go up to 26. If it's 2, oh, that doesn't even work. What can you get up to, actually? If the 2 doesn't match, you can't have 26 because the problem is the 6 wouldn't. Well, actually, you can't. No, you can't even. Can you even have 2? Yes, okay, 28 is technically the most. But if you remove 2, oh, that's interesting. Can you? Well, I guess you could technically. 21? 3. 21 could be 3, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so that could, okay, so 21 could work with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 22 obviously doesn't work because of normal Sudoku rules. What about 23? Well, 2 and 3 are both not valid anymore. I guess, yeah, you can have 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 and 7 add up to 11. 5 and 6 add up to 11, so that's 11 times 2, which is 22, plus 1, which is 23. But I think that's the last one possible for 20 anything, right? Yeah, because if you try to have 24, 2 and 4 are no longer available. The most you could have is 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, which adds up to 22. So that's not possible. So you could have 21, 23. What else could that have then? What about this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Aha. So you have the same problem here. This is at most 28 technically for hit points. So this is 1 or 2, which means there's a 1, 2, 1, 2 pair in row 1, which eliminates 1 and 2 in the rest of the row. Therefore, if it's 23, both of them would have to eliminate the 2 and the 3. You cannot have 2 and 4 because they would both eliminate 2 and 4, and therefore you would have a high of at most 22. So one of these is 23, and the other one is 1 something, right? Which means neither of the ones actually work. Ooh, then you can't have 23. Huh. Right, because 23 requires 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. But neither of those match. That doesn't seem right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It can't be 21. It can't be 22. It can't be 20. What is the other 2 that you can have with it? Because neither of these can be, these ones match. So that eliminates 23 as a possibility. Can you have 24? No, oh, you might be able to have 25. Because you're not breaking the 25 here. So specifically, this has to be 20. This can no longer be 23. This has to be a 1. So this has to be a 1. This has to be 2. Obviously, it cannot be 23. It can't be 24 because then you lose the 4 ability to match. But it could be 25. It cannot be 26 because you lose the ability of the 6 to match. And it can't be 27 because you lose the ability of the 7. So this has to be 25. You lose the ability of the 2 to match. But you have 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 matching. So yes, that does work. Interesting. So these all must match. It makes that 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The remaining digits are interesting. So 1 cannot match here. 2 cannot match here. 3 could match. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cannot match here. One, two, three, four, 5. This 5 does not match. This is 3. 3 does not match either. 2 does not match because of that 2. 1 can match. Okay, so this is 1, 6, 8, 9. But this can't be 6. This can't be 1. So one of these 3 is a 1. Which means one of these 3 is a 1. Okay, this 7 cannot match. 3 and 4 could match. 2 could match. What is the most here? 20. Okay, so that's still valid. This is obviously 3. Okay, so can it be 19? No. because you can only remove a 2 from this to add to 18. So it could be 18, could be 17, could be 16, cannot be 15 because of that, could be 14 or 13. So those all work. This can't be a 1. So one of these two is a 1. Hmm. One cannot be here. This digit cannot be 1, because then that would just mean that matches. That's interesting. It cannot be 5, so it can't be just 1, 4. Actually, then 4 can never match, because it matches to... Okay. So then it must match here. Because if it matches any two of these... Well, I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... This digit has to be the same as that. It could obviously just be 8, and then that would be 8, right? Then that would match. You could have 7, well, okay. You could have 1 and 6 and this be 7. Okay, that can't be 7. Oh, okay, so 1 and 6 can't match because then that would add 7. You can't have a 7 by itself or 1, 7 matching because then that would be 8, and then that would force that to be 8, which would match. So the only possibility then has to be 8 matching, because 2 cannot match, 3 cannot match, 4 cannot match, 5 cannot match. If you have 1 and 6, that adds to 7, which is already in the column. 7 by itself matches to 7, so that doesn't work. 1 and 6 cannot match by itself either, because this would be 6 then. This is the same digit as that. It cannot be 9, because the problem is you would need 1 and 8 to match, but then this is 8, and that would have to be 9. So this has to be 8. And this matches here, and this does not match, and none of these match. So these match, which means this cannot be orange. One of these is orange, so one of these is an 8. We're not sure which. None of these match. Okay. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this cannot match. So this can't match. But it could be the sum still. We still don't know what it is. What is this? Okay, this can't be 2. It's either 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6, or 4, 5. Adding up to 7, 8, or 9. It cannot be 8, so this is 7 or 9. Which means, well, we don't know if it matches this one. 3, 4, and 5. 3, 4, 5, and 6 all can match. 7 and 8 cannot. 1 and 2 cannot. So it's at minimum 3 plus 4. Because you can't add... those are the minimums. You can't have it be 1 digit because they would be the same in the same box, which is not allowed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this could be any of these. This could be any of these. This cannot match, so this can't be 1. Oh. Well, it's only a single digit, so... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Obviously cannot match all 3 of these. This can match 2 through 6, but that's still a wide variety. Hmm. Okay, so these digits... Oh. These two digits must be a combination of 5 and 6. So this can't be 6. 6 could be... Okay, so what are these digits? Whatever these 3 digits are these 2 digits. So this can never be a 3. It's either 5 or 6, and then the last one we don't know. This can't be 6, though, because that would match. This could be... What is this? 1, 2, 4, 7, 9. Right. That's really broad. But this can't be 7 because it can't match. What else do we have? 3. Can 3 ever be here? If 3 is here, we have a big problem, right? Because if 3 is here, this can only match 1 and 2 here, which would mean this is 3, which is not allowed. If 3 is here, that means you can only match one of them, which means that they're the same digit, which is not allowed. So that's for either case. So 3 has to be one of these two digits. If 3 is here, that means 3 has to be here. If 3 is here, that means 3 still could be here, but it could be 4, 5, or 6 here. We don't know which. If this is 3, that means this is 3. That's interesting. Okay, so either this is 3, oh, that's interesting. If this is 3, that means the 3 doesn't match, which means it must be 4 and 5 matching, which means this must be 9. If this is 3, that means 3 cannot be on this line and cannot be this one because it's only 7 and 9 possible to be a sum. So it would have to be here, which means the 3 doesn't match, which means this has to be 4 and 5, and this must add up to 9. So we know this doesn't match, this doesn't match, but these two must match no matter what. So it's 4 and 5. This is 4 and 5. Either this is 3 and that's 9, or this is 3 and that's 3. None of these can be 9. So therefore, this must be a 9 here, which means this cannot be 9, and this cannot match the 9. That was actually very fascinating. We still don't know which one that is. It's either 9 or that one. We don't know. This cannot be 9 here. So we have 3, 4, 6. Okay, so one of these is 4. Oh, so 4 cannot match. 5 does have to be one of these 3. So 4 is one of those two. This is actually 2, 3, and 7. That's interesting. Therefore, this cannot be 3 or 7. So it must add up to 14, 16, or 18 here. 9 has to be one of these cells. So these still could match here. 5 also has to be one of these cells. Okay, it cannot be 2, 3, and 5 matching. Because then it would have to be 2, 3, 5, and 6, which would add up to 16, but then that would mean the 6 would have to be there. So that's a contradiction. Yeah, the most now we can have is 16, but you can't have 16, so this must be 14, which means it's 3, 5, and 6 matching. So this has to be 3, this is 5, this is 6 matching, and they all have to match. So these all must match. This cannot match, so it cannot be 2, so therefore this is 7, this is 2, this has to be 9 as the remainder, and this is 8. Which means these digits must be 3, 6, and 7. But 3 cannot match. 3 cannot be here, so this can't be 3. Therefore, this is a 9. And therefore, this is 3. So this matches here. So this matches. We don't know about the others. It could be 3. It could be... So this is 1, 2, 4, and 7 as possibilities. This can't be 7. This can't be 4. Okay. This cannot be 3. This is 3, 6, 7. This is 1, 2, 8. But this can't be 1. This can't be 8. This is not the pink, so we can remove all pinks. This cannot be 5 anymore. Okay, 7, 8, or 9. So 7 cannot match. Wait, no, we didn't even have a 7. Never mind. 3 cannot match because we have a 3 here. 1 could still match here. 2 could match, but you can't have both. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This can't. 4 cannot match. 5 cannot match. You could have 6 or 7 matching. Hmm. Um. Rest of these digits are 1 through 6. Okay. Hmm. This could still match then. This cannot be 1 or 2. So this is 4 or 7. Interesting. Hmm. Any of these still can match. This could be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. But one of them at least does not match. Hmm. If it's 12, it has to be 3, 4, 5 matching. Okay, so that's fine. If it's 13, it must be... Oh. Can you have 13? Yes, 2, 5, and 6. So if it's 12, it's 3, 4, 5. If it's 13, it's 2. Cannot have a 3. It'd be 2, 5, 6. Yeah, that seems fine. Oh, this can't be 8, so this must be 1, which means none of these can be 1. The remaining digits in column 9 are 2, 3, 4, and 9. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I guess not that interesting, but... Anyways, so if it's 3, it's 2, 5, and 6. If it's 12, it's 3, 4, 5. If it's 13, it's 2, 5, 6. If it's 14, it would be 3, 5, and 6. If it's 16, because it can't be 15 here anymore. If it's 16, what can it be? We have 20 minus 4. So it could be 2, 3, 5, 6. And that's it. If it's 17, I'm subtracting 3, so it's 2, 4, 5, 6. I think all of these then require 5. If it's 18, it's 3, 4, 5, 6. So, yeah, 12 requires 3, 4, 5, which has a 5. 13 requires 2, 5, 6, which requires a 5. 14 does not have a 4, so it would be 3, 5, 6, which requires a 5. 16 removes a 4, which means it's 2, 3, 5, and 6, which requires a 5. 17 removes a 3, which means it's 2, 4, 5, 6, which requires a 5. And 18 removes a 2, which is 3, 4, 5, 6, which requires a 5. You'll always require a 5 there, so this is a 5. We don't know about the rest. This cannot be 5, so this cannot match. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that doesn't match. So 5 could be any of these. So 3 has to be one of these 3, and then 9 has to be one of these 3 also. That doesn't tell us much. Okay. So, this cannot be 4 and 6 matching. Because if it's 4 and 6 matching, that adds up to 10, and this is a single digit. So it's either 2, 4 or 2, 6. Either way, 2 has to match. So this must be 2, which means this 2 cannot match. Ah. Interesting. So none of these could be 2 either. This can't be 2. So 2 has to be one of these 2 cells, interestingly enough. This 2 cannot match either. So this is if this is 2, this is 4, that matches with a 6. So this would be 6. If this is 2 and 6, this matches with an 8. Either way, one of these is a 6, right? Because you must match with 2 or 4, which makes this a 6, or it must be matching with 2 and 6. So one of these is a 6, which means none of these can be a 6. None of these could be a 6. Okay, this could be, again, 12, 3, 4, 5. Anything with a 2 is not allowed anymore. So 13 is not allowed, because that requires 2, 5, and 6. 14 could be allowed, because 3, 5, 6 works. Okay, so 12 is 3, 4, 5. 14 is 3, 5, 6. 16 is not allowed because it removes the 4 and not the 2. The 2 is definitely removed. So this can't be 16, can't be 17. Could be 18. Okay, so then 12 requires 3, 4, 5. 14 requires 3, 5, 6. And 18 requires 3, 4, 5, 6. Either way, 3 is always allowed. So it has to be 3 here. Which means this can't be 3. Where is the 3 in row 1? It has to be here. So this is 3. This can no longer be 3 here. This can't be 3. We have 1 or both allowed here. We're not sure which. One of these is 6. This 2 is not allowed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could be 3 and 6 here. Maybe. What can this be? It cannot be 1 by itself. It can't be 3 by itself. It could be 1, 6, which adds... Okay, so what are the possibilities? 1, 3 actually does... No. If this is just 1 and 3, that adds up to 4, which makes that 7, which would make that a 1, but we already have the 1 counted. So that can't work. 1 and 3 by itself does not work. 1, 3, and 6 adds up to 10, which is not allowed. 1 and 6 adds up to 7. 1 and 7 adds up to 8. 3 and 6 adds up to 9. Okay. So one of these two must be allowed. Okay, so one of the 1s and the 3 must be a hit. Which means nothing. I thought it got something from that, but it doesn't. Okay. If this is 1, this has to be at least 4. Well, that doesn't tell us anything. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Where can 3 be? Well, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, I see something. If this is 1 and something, this can never add up to 6, right? Because this would force that to be 7, this would be 4, this would be 2, so this would be 5 actually, if that's the case. If this is not 1, this has to be 3, which means it must be with 6. So this can't be 6. So either way, it cannot be 6. Okay, so if this is 1, if this 1 hits, matches, that means this has to be 7, this is 4, this would have to be 2, so therefore this would be 5. If this 1 does not match, that means 3 has to be here, and 6 has to be here. So this cannot be 3, it cannot be 6, it would have to be 4 or 5. So this is whatever this is 4 or 5. Right? Okay, so if this was 4, that makes this 7, which makes that 1, which makes that 2, and that would break itself. So this can never be 4. This has to be a 5, which means this can't be 5. This must then match here and not match here. So this has to be a 7, which makes that a 4, which makes that a 2. This has to be a 1. So one of these is a 1. So this is either 1, 5, or 6. This can't be 6 here because that would match. This can't be 5. Interesting. So 7 cannot add up together. So it's either 8 here or it's 9. The orange we can remove, I guess. If it's 8, it's 1 and 7. If it's 9, it's 3 and 6. Okay, so this cannot be 2 or 4. This can't be 5. And this can't be 5. Okay. The remaining digits in column 2 are 1, 5, 8, and 9. These can't be 5, so this is 1, 8, 9. Aha! And we have 1, 5, 8, 9 here. This is 5, 8, 9. So, we have a 1, 8, 9 triplet now in box 4, which eliminates 1, 8, and 9 from the rest of the box. Also, the 1 has to be one of these two, which means this can't be 1. Therefore, this must be a 3, 6 pair here, which means this can't be 3. Where is the 7? The 7 must be one of these two digits. So if... Oh, that's interesting. If this matches to make it 8, it must be 1 and 7, which forces that to be 6. Otherwise, it must be 3 and 6, which makes that a 6 also. Sorry, 3 and 6, which makes that a 1. So one of these two is a 1, and one of these two is a 6. So 6 cannot be in the rest of box 5. And 1 cannot be in the rest of, well, it can be these 3 anyways, but it can't be in the rest of row 5. Couldn't be there anyways, so but it can't be here. Hmm. This cannot be 2. 5 cannot be any of these. So 5 has to be one of these two. Ah, if this 2 matches here, this is 2 and 4, that forces this to be 6. But then what does that become? 4, right? Which doesn't work. Because we have a 4-4 pair here. Right? Because this cannot be 2, 3, 2, 5, 6, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9. Can't be 1 or 3, so that 4 it has to be 4 or 6. And if this is 2 and 4 matching, that would make that 6, which would remove all possibilities for that cell. So this cannot match. Therefore, this must match. And this is 2, 6, which makes that 8, which makes that 9. Therefore, this must be an 8. So this must be 3 and 6 matching. So this does not match. These match. Which forces this to be 1, which makes that a 5. So this can't be 5. This can't be 1, so this is 2, which makes that an 8, which makes that a 1. This does not match either. This cannot be 8 or 9, so this is 1. This can't be 3, so this is 6. Therefore, this is a 3-7 pair here. This can't be 3. It's a 1-4 pair. This can't be 8, so it's a 5-9 pair here. The remaining digits here are 2, 4, and 7. 4 cannot be either of these, therefore this is a 4. This cannot be 7 because otherwise it would match, so that's 2. That's a 7. This can't be 2 or 9. Okay, let's clear out what this is. What are the remaining digits in row 6? It's 2 and 9. This can't be 9, so this must be 2, which makes that a 9. The remaining digits in row 5 are 3, 4, and 7. This cannot be 3, this can't be 4, and this can't be 7. Okay, this can't be 7 because of the 7 in the column, so this is 6, which makes that 7. Remaining digits, this can't be 4, so it's either 12 or 18, which means 4 is always matching. So this is, oops, that was correct. This is 4, this can't be 4, so this is 7, which makes that 3, which makes that 4. None of these can be 4. We have a 2, 3, 9 triplet here. Remaining digits in column 4 are 5 and 9. This can't be 5, though, so therefore this must be a 9, which makes that a 5. Which makes that a 9, which makes that a 5. Remaining digits in column 5 are 2, 7, and 8. Okay, this can't be 2. We don't know what that is. Remaining digits in column 6 are 4 and 6. Okay, this can't be 8 because of this 8, so therefore this must be 12. Which means this is 3, 4, 5. This does not match. This 2 means this can't be 2. So this has to be a 9, which makes that 3, which makes that a 2. This 3 means this can't be 3, so it's a 7, which makes that a 3. This 7 means this can't be 7, so this is an 8. This is just normal Sudoku. That's a 7. This digit is a 7. This is 6 or 8. And it still could be 6 or 8, actually. These are 1, 6, or 8. This can't be 8. This cannot be 6 because it cannot match, so this must be a 1. Which makes that a 4, which makes that a 1. This 4 makes that a 6, which makes that a 4. This can't be a 1. Why can it be either of these? Huh. We have something wrong here. Okay, 14 matches 3, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That works. 5 matches 2 and 3. 9 adds up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 adds up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 adds up. Okay, this is green. 8 adds up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, yeah. This cannot contain a 6, so this must be 8. There you go, which makes that a 6, because you can't have repeats on the beige line, on the hit line. So therefore, this is 6, and that's an 8. You've been struck by a smooth Sudoku. Oh, Annie. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? You've been struck by a smooth Sudoku. That doesn't work. But that's the reference. Okay, very cool. Michael Jackson reference there. Yeah, I totally forgot about the no repeats part. But that actually was very important. It just I forgot about it. Anyways, anyways, I hope you enjoyed the solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.